So I saw the 7th installment in the Transformers franchise, and as it turns out, the 7th time was the charm. Hi, thank you for tuning into the Tom Patelson Show. Yes, the Transformer movie franchise started in 2007 and has given us 7 movies since then. We really must love the Transformer franchise because they're always coming out with a new one. This is the 7th movie. The 8th is already in production. If you need to get caught up on the Transformers, there's a wonderful Netflix docu-series called The Toys That Made Us. And Season 2, Episode 2, they talk about the Transformers and where they come from. The Transformers were first released in 1984, and it was given as the toy, and then someone said, well, we'll make a comic book to sell the toy, and then a TV series to sell the comic book, and before you know it, somebody's job was to say, here's a truck that transforms into a robot. Write the lore for that. Just where are they from? Where does it come from? Write that, and it's great. Watch that series if you haven't seen it. Highly recommend it. Now, in the first 2007 movie, they explain it that the Cybertrons arrive on Earth and they mimic what they see, and that's how they decide how they become what they become. But that doesn't really pan out later. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense considering it. The Autobots look like cars. That's why they're called the Autobots, and they had to come up with a name for the bad guys, so we'll say the Decepticons because they're being deceptive, but so are the Autobots. I mean, Optimus Prime's not walking around telling people he's an alien, so that's kind of a little too on the nose. But don't try and figure that out. Don't try and figure that out. My very first video on this channel was called The Transformers and Why They're Not My Jam, because they had no heart. The movies didn't have any heart. I didn't root for them. I didn't care who lived or died. I didn't. 6 movies. Well, they finally fixed that. They finally fixed that in this installment. They did. So, they did what other franchises have done, like the Halloween franchise. A new Halloween came out in 2018 and said, okay, this is the sequel to the 1978 film, and none of the other movies mattered. And we all went, okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we got that. So, the first Transformers comes out in 2007. This one takes place in 1994 and follows our heroes. Anthony Ramos plays Noah Diaz, who's an ex-military hacker, good guy, just looking for a break. And he's trying to make money so he can pay for the treatments for his kid brother, Dean Scott Vasquez, who plays Chris Diaz. He, of course, has the terrible disease and he's looking to save his brother. And we have Dominique Fishback, who plays Elena Wallace, who was an intern at a museum, and she's the brains behind our 2-person Indiana Jones team. That's who they are. There are no Decepticons in the movie. There are no Decepticons. They've not arrived yet, or we don't know where they are, or they're just not even mentioned. The big baddie in this movie is called Unicron, and Unicron is a giant planet-eating robot. And its emissary, they're called the Terrorcons. That's a little too on the nose, isn't it? The Terrorcons. The Terrorcons are out there looking, and the leader of the Terrorcons is called Scourge. Again, a little too on the nose, but they're looking to find food for their master. It really is the whole Galactus Silver Surfer relationship. Scourge and the Terrorcons are looking for planets for Unicron to eat. Okay, so enter the Beasts. The Beasts are called Maximals, which are led by Optimus Primal. Get it? Primal because he's a big gorilla, and I don't know why aliens from another planet look like animals that we have on this planet, but again, suspend your disbelief. You'll get a much better ride out of this movie if you just let it go. Just let it go. The Maximals' home world was eaten by Unicron, and now they're hiding and protecting Earth for centuries. The Autobots just want to go home. They want to go home to Cybertron. They're stranded on Earth, and they don't know that the Maximals exist until they do, and then everybody friends, okay? So, the Maximals' greatest invention is the Transwarp Key, which allows you to travel to anywhere in time and space. and they don't want Unicron to get it, so they've hidden it on Earth, which our heroes mistakenly stumble upon. Now the Terracons are on their way, and now it is a race to get to the thing before the bad happens. That's pretty much what the plot is, and again, the Autobots just want to go home, so they also want the transwarp key. That is the plot-ish. My review, finally. A Transformers movie that made me feel for the characters. Now granted, giving the hero's little brother a disease and making him down on his luck is pretty basic screenwriting. It really is, but there's a reason for that. It works. It works. Of course we want to see the little brother get cured from his disease. Of course we want them to win. Of course we do, yes. And the museum intern? She's the genius who's not getting paid, whose boss takes her ideas and tells her what to do. She's always 1 second from getting fired for, I don't know, I guess, being amazing at her job. Again, very basic, and it works. It's what we needed in the other movies, which we didn't get. I didn't care about anybody. I cared about these people. This was a fun balance between the fleshy people and the robot people. Because if it's too much fleshy people, I wonder why it's called the Transformers, and if there's too much robot people, I don't care about whether they live or die, because they're just robot people. Sorry, Optimus Prime and the gang, but you're just robot people. And because I grew up on this stuff, and we've had 6 other movies, you kind of get it off the bat. You don't need a whole lot of exposition in this movie. You know, things can be explained with a single line of dialogue, and we're moving along. There's lots of action. It felt fun. It felt quick. The action sequences are fun and energetic and amazing, and the light is red. Spoiler alert, put your mute button on. I'm going to give away something. There is a mid-credits sequence where Noah Diaz is approached by becoming a secret member of a super secret government organization, and he reads a card and says something like, he says, "What's G.I. Joe?" Fabulous. Between the Transformers, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and G.I. Joe, it's like they're trying to get every dime out of Gen Xers like me who are trying to relive their afternoon, after-school, cartoon, playing with toys era, and it appears to be working. Yeah, so I'm probably going to see whatever incarnation comes out next. If they're going to weave it into the G.I. Joe franchise, I'm going to see all of that, yeah. They have my money already. Mute button off. That'll do it for this week. And yeah, my review of Transformers Rise of the Beasts, yeah, I liked it. It was fun. It was quick, it was easy, it was fun, it was entertaining. And yeah, it goes back to 1994, so the music is great for people my age. There's another hook they're trying to get us on. And you probably get, it's gonna be online before you know it, because that's how things happen nowadays. They have to compete with the Super Mario Brothers, the Flash, Spider-Man, Fast and Furious, which is also on Prime already. But if you get a chance to see it in the theater, see it in the theater or see it at home. Yeah, Transformers Rise of the Beasts, I had a ball. It was a great time. Like and subscribe if you like this content. My stuff drops on Sundays. This has been Movie Blockbuster Week. After that, I'll get back to my regular schedule, talking about what we love, talking about science fiction, pop culture, philosophy, board games, movies, you name it. I want to know what you're geeking out about, okay? Till I see you next time. Peace, love, live long and prosper. And I mean it.